Hi guys! So good to be here with you today. I did a video all about my new hair, so if you're seeing this video and you're like, what? I explain all of it on the other video, so please check that out. But I have a bunch of empties from the summer that I'm going to show you. So first of all, I have a Dior Show Iconic Over Curl Mascara. This has a arch-shaped brush, and I really enjoyed this. This is, it really is truly a curling mascara, I found, and I found that it held the curl all day, and it gave a very high impact glossy black look. I've since been using Roller Lash by Benefit, which is also really nice and cheaper than this, but this kind of has a more glossy glam effect, whereas the Roller Lash is more of an everyday kind of awake look. This is a little mini warm vanilla sugar bath gel. This is my favorite Bath & Body Works scent. This I loved. This is by L'Occitane, and it is their almond shower oil, their almond shower oil. This was a deluxe sample, and this is really cool. It starts as an oil, but then it works into like a gentle lather in the shower, but it's very moisturizing and it smells like almonds, so I love it. And I would consider getting a full size of this. This is the Bodycology Body Mist, or they call it a fragrance mist, and this is in white gardenia. And this was actually a really good gardenia scent. Even some of the more expensive candles and perfumes I've tried, this had a really nice gardenia scent. That's one of my favorite flower scents. And I've been unable to find this same scent, so now I've switched over to something else. This is another of my favorite mascaras. This is Lancome Definicil's Waterproof. I love this. The only thing I don't like about it is, as with a lot of waterproof formulas, it does tend to dry out a bit faster than regular mascara. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. So I just wish that this would last forever and ever. For weddings, for vacation, for performance, this waterproof is amazing, and the mascara itself is so high impact, and I absolutely love Definicil's. This was a Bliss Triple Oxygen Energizing Mask. This I did not see any difference when I used it whatsoever. It's sort of like a foam, and you put it on your face and it kind of feels like a little bit prickly because you can feel all the little bubbles popping in the foam, and then I would rinse it off and notice no difference at all. So that's not a mask that I would recommend. This primer I love. This is by Benefit. It's the That Gal Brightening Face Primer. There's really none in here to show you even, but I don't love this applicator. It's kind of weird. It's like you click it up and it pushes it through these little holes, and then you're left with just kind of a random amount every time, and there's no way to get it back in, so it can be a little wasteful. I would prefer if this was just a squeeze tube. But the primer itself is amazing, and I notice a huge difference when I use it. But I have a lot of other primers, but once I'm in need of a new primer, I would definitely get this again. I really love it. This is just a little Clarins UV Plus HP Multi-Protection Sunscreen. I love this for my neck and chest area because it is very softening to the skin, and it doesn't have a greasiness to it. And yeah, I enjoy this a lot. And this was in the Sun Safety Kit from Sephora. This is a tiny Dior Multi-Perfection Cream, Capture Total. This I thought was really nice, like really creamy and softening. I didn't notice any perfecting because, I mean, this is a tiny sample, but I did really love the consistency of this cream. This is a tiny fragrance sample from Bond No. 9, but I wanted to talk about it because this is the scent Chinatown, and I love this scent. It's a really complex, kind of spicy scent that settles really well on my body chemistry. So I absolutely love Chinatown, and I would love a full size. Right now I have a few full-size perfumes that I'm working through, but this is definitely the next on my list. This is a black liner from Mally. This is one of the Evercolor Automatic pencils, and her black color is called Onyx. This was great. It's a twist-up liner. It stays put in the waterline beautifully. I absolutely love the Mally liners, and I do already have a little mini set of more of them. They're not the twist-up kind, but I don't really mind sharpening my eyeliner. It's just like kind of a little ritual of mine. But they do come in these twist-up versions if that's your preference. But I would highly recommend Mally's Evercolor liners. They're amazing. Oh, this I also love. This is the Algenist Advanced Anti-Aging Repairing Oil, and I used this at night as a final step over anything else, any serums or moisturizers I was using. Used a few drops of this, and it is amazing. I just loved it. I felt like it was just really a perfect fit for my skin. Just a fantastic oil, and when I have used up all the face oils I have right now, I have a lot of face oil samples for some reason. When those are all gone, that is the full-size oil that would be my pick. This is another love. Oh, it's so fun when they're all things I liked. This is Origin's Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream. It's supposed to brighten and depuff. This is obviously a sample. As you can tell, I use a lot. Any deluxe size samples I get, I use them. I don't let them build up, because if you really use those deluxe samples, it can really stretch your budget, particularly for skincare. So I really recommend try to get free samples and then use them, and you won't have to buy stuff. So anyway, this is amazing. It's slightly tinted, and it really is brightening and like nice under the eye area. The thing that I wish is that it had SPF. It doesn't have SPF in it, so it can't be the only thing I use under my eyes during the day. I have to also use an SPF, which creates 2 steps, which means I don't use it as much. So I really wish they would come out with a ginseng SPF. If they did, that would be like my holy grail eye cream. This is a UB moisturizing skin cream. This is like a teeny sample, but I really liked this. This is one of those things you can use on your cuticles, your elbows, your lips. You can really put it anywhere, and it is very moisturizing. So I loved this. I would definitely get this as like just something to have in my purse next time that I need a lotion. This is a St. Ives Naturally Soothing Oatmeal and Shea Butter Lotion. This I loved so much that I already have a backup going. It's just wonderful. It's so gentle. It really is moisturizing, and I just love the smell. So this is definitely one of my favorite body lotions. So my camera died, and then I lost my light, and so it's the next day, but I'm going to finish up the empties that I was showing you yesterday. So first up, I have an Olay Regenerous Luminous Cleanser, and I want to talk for a second about microbeads, because this has microbeads in it, and I am no longer going to purchase things with microbeads, because I found out that, I guess I always assumed that if something was a scrub with granules that they would dissolve in water, but actually microbeads are synthetic plastic tiny balls that don't dissolve, and they aren't biodegradable. And so right now there's an environmental crisis because so many products like this have microbeads in them, and they just go down into the water supply and fish eat them, and it's terrible. So I would caution you to just think before you purchase the scrubs and make sure that it is an organic material, like sugar or salt, something that will dissolve and biodegrade, as opposed to something with tiny, tiny pieces of plastic that are going to float around on Earth for longer than any of us are alive. So I won't be getting that again. This is a conditioner. This is L'Oreal Ever Pure Sulfate-Free Moisture Conditioner, and this has UV blockers. And this, these Ever Pure L'Oreal products are great because the shampoos are sulfate-free and the conditioners have UV blockers. So the two things that can strip color, which is sunlight and detergents are not present in this line. So this is a really affordable option for color treated hair. This was a Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cleanser, and I really like the Ultra Facial Cream that's in this same line from Kiehl's. Although this cleanser I didn't love as much. I felt like it was a little bit heavy and it left a residue behind. So I wouldn't get the cleanser again, but I do really enjoy the cream. This is from Clarins, and it is a multi-protection tinted sunscreen, SPF 40. This is a really thin formula. It's like one of those ones with the ball inside. And this color was a little off for me. It was a bit too dark, so I did end up mixing this with other sunscreens as sort of a tint. And but I really liked the feeling on the skin. It did tend to accentuate pores a bit, so I don't think I would get this again, but it is a really nice product and it has a lot of positive reviews. So if you are looking for a tinted sunscreen, this might be something to consider, but it wasn't the best option for my skin. This is a Kiehl's again. This is the Midnight Recovery Eye Cream. This I didn't feel like did anything. I've spoken with people who really love this, but I didn't see any difference using it. And it was definitely enough to get a sense of whether it worked or not. This lasted me a few weeks, this deluxe sample, but I would not be getting this Midnight Recovery Eye again. This is another of these tiny Dior Deluxe samples. This one is the Dior Snow Fresh Cream Global Transparency. And I enjoyed this one as much as the other Dior cream. It was just really, it sounds silly to say creamy, but it was just like really creamy, emollient, absorbed into the skin well, left the skin feeling soft. So both of these Dior creams I really enjoyed, although I would imagine that the full sizes are quite expensive, so I don't know that these would be next on my list, but I did enjoy those samples. This is my travel size. This was a deluxe sample that probably came with a palette of the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This is amazing, and I have since repurchased a small size of this, but this is my favorite primer, eyeshadow primer. It's the only one I ever use. Lastly, I have two Urban Decay liners. One is in the color Whiskey, which is a really awesome brown color, but this one just dried up, so it's kind of tugging at my eyes, so I'm going to stop using that. But Whiskey is a wonderful, straightforward, matte brown liner that lasts all day and glides on really well, so I do enjoy that product. And then the other color I have is Electric, which is a bright blue, and I actually somehow ended up with two more of these that I have in my collection. I believe they came in sets, so I definitely won't need more of this for a very long time, but this one dried out in that special way where the pigment actually falls out of the pencil itself, so that is no longer usable. But once again, a really fun color, and I'm excited now that I'm blonde again. I feel like I like that look of the blue liner on the bottom lashes with the lighter hair, whereas with the red hair I didn't like it as much. That is it! Those are all my empties. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye!